Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. We're glad you're up and at it with us bright and early on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. It is October 13th.
Here we are on Tuesday, and now at 6 a.m., hoping for a meeting with Kentucky's governor. A group from Rowan County heading to Frankfort today to try and change how marriage licenses are issued.
We've got new details about a Kentucky school bus driver who hit and killed a 5-year-old boy.
And developing news in Kansas City, where a burning building has collapsed, killing 2 firefighters.
And that front is long gone. We don't have to worry about any more rain for the next several days. However, here comes some cooler air in the forecast. Temperature starting off this morning, upper 50s to around 60 degrees. And we'll see the day head right toward those mid-60s. We'll get into that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
And leading our news on WKYT, a group of Rowan County leaders is heading to Frankfort this morning. They're planning to meet with Governor Steve Beshear and talk about the issue of county clerks and marriage licenses.
Well, they say they want to avoid issues like the ongoing legal battle involving, of course, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis. WKYT's Mark Barber is live in Frankfort with more on what we don't necessarily know about today's meeting.
Good morning, Rebecca. We do know that this group of about 10 to 12 Rowan County leaders will be coming to the Capitol here in about 4 hours. They are hoping to gain an audience with the governor. Now, they say they want to help him resolve the conflict between those county clerks who are refusing to issue same-sex marriage licenses. Now, we do not know how that group essentially hopes to help the governor do that. They are not saying at that time how they think they can help. All they are saying is that they do not want the situation that is happening in Rowan County to happen ever again. Now, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is not the only official who has refused to issue marriage licenses. 2 other county clerks are also saying they won't sign marriage licenses for same-sex couples because they believe God created marriage to be between a man and a woman. Beshear has already said that he will not call a special legislative session to discuss the issue. We are still waiting to hear if he will meet with the Rowan County group today. Now, this morning we are calling the Family Foundation trying to see if Kim Davis will be a part of that group coming here later today. Now, she is already suing the governor for allegedly infringing upon her religious freedom. Governor Steve Beshear has responded to that lawsuit, calling it absurd and forlorn. Live in Frankfort, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. And the candidates for Kentucky Attorney General discussed marriage licensing, that issue, during a debate that aired on KET's Kentucky Tonight. Republican Whitney Westerfield supports a special session designed to accommodate county clerks. And he says the governor should have done more to protect Kentucky's Religious Freedom Act. But Democrat Andy Beshear says there is no need for a special session, and Kentucky law does not allow for a clerk's name to be removed from a marriage license.
Of course, these licenses need to be issued. The Supreme Court has ruled. We have a compelling interest to use the language of the rule, to use the language of the law. We clearly have a compelling interest, but there's a way to do this to get those licenses issued and to protect the religious freedoms of those clerks that object.
You cannot, through executive order or any other law, change what is explicitly required in the statute. Now, in January, on January 5th, if the legislature comes in and wants to make a change in how these licenses are issued, they can, as long as it meets the requirement of the Supreme Court decision.
Election Day coming up November 3rd, which is 3 weeks from today.
We have a traffic alert for you this morning. Part of the Bluegrass Parkway is closed because of an overturned semi. Dispatchers in Nelson County say a semi hauling dog food crashed just before 2 this morning in the eastbound lane near the 27-mile marker. The driver was not seriously hurt. The westbound lanes near Bardstown were shut down for a time but have since reopened. The westbound lanes are still closed starting at mile marker 25. Well, we have some new details this morning about a school bus crash that killed a Kentucky kindergartner.
2 weeks ago, 5-year-old Jaden Hawkins was hit and killed while getting off his bus in Butler County. This morning, we're learning more about the bus driver. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk with the latest, including details of a petition that looks to prevent something like this from happening again. Hillary, good morning.
Good morning. The bus driver, Janine Dockery, received a satisfactory grade in almost every single category. Butler County schools say there have been no complaints filed against her in her 10 years as a driver. However, we have learned one family says that is not the case. The family, who asked not to be shown on camera, says they complained to the Director of Transportation and Superintendent multiple times last school year.
About 5 times last year or more, complaining about she's taking off too fast. She's driving down our road too fast.
Superintendent Scott Howard says the meetings he remembers with that family centered around behavior and discipline issues on the bus, but nothing to do with Dockery's driving. Howard says Dockery is still employed by the district but is on leave. Now, this is certainly a tragedy for that entire community. Those who were close to Jaden Hawkins are trying to make a change for the better by passing a new law in the state of Kentucky. We will have much more on that coming up at 6:30. For now, at the live desk, Hillary Thornton, back to you.
All right, Hillary, thank you very much. In a terrible accident in Bath County, a husband and wife were both killed by a falling tree limb. It happened in a home on Pine Grove Road near the Olympia community. State police say 66-year-old Ralph Davis and his wife Dorothy were trimming a tree on their property when the limb fell on them, killing them both. The Davises were living in the Louisville area.
Well, a national anti-religious group talked to WKYT about why they want a Jessamine County town to remove a religious symbol from their city. As we told you this weekend and yesterday, the Wisconsin-based Freedom from Religion Foundation sent an email to Wilmore Mayor Harold Rainwater asking him to remove a cross from the city's water tower. They argue that the cross and water tower are on private land. That's what the town says, and that support for the cross has been very high. The foundation disagrees.
A city-owned object, it needs to be free from religion.
That's their stance. Mayor Rainwater says the city won't take the cross down unless it's forced to. The foundation is considering legal action. Well, Christmas, believe it or not, we have to say that word, just 10 weeks away. Some of Lexington's finest need help actually starting up their annual toy program.
It's coming fast, and Lexington firefighters are needing a place to store all of the toys and also to hand them out. And if you can help, let the fire department know just as soon as you can, because firefighters say that program helps around 2,000 children in Fayette County each year. So they each year have to sort of get a temporary place to do this, and they're asking right now if anyone knows of a location that would be suitable to let them know.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
A pretty nice start to the day. We're sitting in the mid to upper 50s and even some locations right around 60 degrees. That's not a bad feel whatsoever, and that's well above average. We will take that. The cooler, drier air has not filtered in just yet. We'll actually see that as we go through the day. We go from 56 to 67. I mean, we're talking roughly a 10-degree swing in all locations, which is not a big swing. So that just shows you that that front's not fully through just yet. Once it does, then you'll start to feel not just those cooler temperatures, but also a breeze to go along with it, 10 to 15 miles per hour, and that makes 67 toward the afternoon feel just slightly cooler. You saw tomorrow morning, 41 degrees. Yes, the sunshine will return, and that sticks with us the next few days. And then some cooler air slides on in, staying in the 60s for the most part the next few days. Now, it's your weekend that looks a little nasty. I mean, we're talking, and when I say nasty, I'm not talking about any rain or anything like that. We stay dry, but it's going to be downright cold. We're looking for temperatures in the highs in the 50s, and even a frosty start there to a couple of these mornings. Let's talk about possibly having our first fall frost. We'll have cold conditions there on Saturday. You can see that toward the afternoon. So those winds now coming in from the north and towards your weekend. I know this is far away, things can change, but I feel very confident that we will see temperatures in the 30s. Whether we get it low enough for our first frost, we'll see, but the possibility is there. So growing season could possibly come to an end as we approach the weekend. It's even temperatures in some locations, I'll show you this on the 7-day, actually get below that frost level. We may even be talking about a freeze in a couple of spots. So then we head toward the afternoon. Does it get any better temperature-wise? Yeah, it rises, but it doesn't feel that much better. It'll still be pretty cold there as we slide toward your Sunday afternoon, and you see that at the top of the screen too. So things just toward the weekend are just going to absolutely fall off the map. And here we go. Della Bone sent this one in. This is from Maysville. Not a bad winter forecast, eh? And you can see this one. Look, when you see the orange and the blacks, this typically means a milder and not as wet of a winter. There you go. So hopefully that is going to be the case. How cool is that shot right there from Cave Run Lake? Really neat shot. That is from Dale Wages. Always good pictures. Here's your next few days. We're sitting there in the 60s. No real chance of rain. And Bill, Auburn, Kentucky actually look pretty good there Thursday. Tailgating too, so all in all, I think we have pretty nice days in store in the next few days.
Yeah, a little bit chilly there.
Just a little cool.
For tailgaters and in the stands, but, you know, dress appropriately. You'll be just fine. Time is 6:10 right now. Every morning right here, we bring you weather and traffic together. Let's go out to Officer Don to check what's happening out there on the roads. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. Roads may be a little wet in places, which is something to keep in mind as you plan to head in this morning. Right now, traffic is pretty light. Just had a look inbound Nicholasville Road from Jessamine County past Man-O-War down to the Circle. Things are moving well. As you get a live look at I-75 in Man-O-War, where things are picking up, but still moving without any major issues. On our Waze map this morning, nothing much. A couple of stalled cars here and there, but really no slowdowns through the construction zones just yet because traffic is so light. But you can see that stalled car, New Circle and Alumni, over to the side. Interstate looks good all around Fayette County. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, everybody, make a safe ride in this morning. Thank you very much, Don. It is 6:10 on WKYT this morning. We have a lot more coming up for you.
We've got the latest from Kansas City, Missouri, where 2 firefighters were killed in a large apartment fire.
And Playboy is turning the page on a new chapter. Find out what the magazine is stripping from its pages.